Okay, there we go. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're here with the Ultimate Racing League, and this is round 6 of the Sunday Championship, and this is LOC, the top league of the 6 leagues that there is in LOC. So this is where majority of the fastest guys are. So anyway, we are at Suzuka. It is 3.6 miles long. It's got 18 turns, and it's a real world circuit. It's mainly famous for the Formula One because they've been doing their Formula One races here for years. And obviously the circuit is in Japan, so we travelled a long way to Japan. So anyway, this is the first endurance of the season. So obviously the tyre regs, I have to use all tyres, but if it rains and it goes above the first bar, then the tyre rule goes out the window. Obviously they are still all in the Ferrari. So okay, so let's get on with the actual race itself. They went out, did their 10-minute quali. They got Brisbane got pole, Toby got second, Neil got third, Fitzy got fourth, Oz got fifth, Smith got sixth, Motorstorm got seventh, Paul got eighth, Victor got ninth, Unforgiven got 10th, P. White got 11th, Dyson got 12th, and Rossi in 13th. So let's get this race on the way and see how everybody does. So Briz gets them going as they go down the longest straight, waiting for the 5 lights to go out. And they're off as Brisbane charged down towards turn 1 with everyone right behind him. Oh, a little bump. Oh, tiny bump there from Toby, but thankfully he eased off, and thankfully Britt didn't lose too much time. Neil's got up to second with Toby's obviously dropped down to third with that little mistake as they come through the S curves for the first time onto the Dunlop curve now. And then just about to go through the Dagner curve as well into turn 9. Fitzy's going for a move on Toby. He's been able to, so he's got past. So is Oz. So not a great start for Toby at the moment as they come through turn 10 and 11 and up to turn 12 into the spoon curve first, which is 13 and 14th. Briz is already starting to open up a little bit of a gap. Oh no, I thought he was, but no, he's not. Briz is right there. He's got Neil chasing him right down. So coming towards the end of first, only a few more turns to go, with Briz leading, Neil there second, Fitzy there in third, Toby there fourth, Osborne there in fifth. He's got Motorstorm Hero going for a move on him as they come into the chicane, and he does it side by great racing there from Motorstorm and Ozzy there. Motorstorm Hero gets up to fifth though, gets past Oz. Then there's Smith there in 7th, Victor there in 8th, Paul there in 9th, Unforgiven there in 10th, Dyson there in 11th, then P. White there in 12th, and Rossi there in 13th. Now there's no livery on P. White's car. I think I probably should have restarted the race because it's just the game doing it. Sometimes it does that. He does have a livery on that car though. And lap 2 of 26 with Briz still leading the charge. Neil still chasing Briz. And they are actually starting to get a little bit of a gap to Fiercely. Not much of a gap. Well, it seemed like they were getting a gap, but not much. But there is a gap opening up between second and third now. Not quickly, but there is a gap opening up. But he's got Toby, Fitzy has Toby all around him, but Motorstorm here is chasing them down. He's opened up a gap to Wazzy there in 6th. With Swiffy there in 7th. He's got Victor all over his rear bumper. Let's go on board with Victor. He's right in Smith's. And he is looking for a way through. As they're coming to the chicane. Well, Swiffy's got away. And Paul's there in 9th. Dyson there is in 10th. Unforgiven there in 11th. Rossi there in 12th. P. White there in 13th. Trying to chase Rossi down. So at the moment, Brisbane is purple. He's got Neil there chasing him down. He's got Fitzy all over his rear bumper at the moment as well. Fitzy's looking to try and get that second position. With Toby there in 4th, so Toby's got past Yeah, Toby was there already, I think. But these 4 are battling hard, so there's Neil, Fitzy, Toby and Motorstorm Hero all battling out. Briz is starting to get away a little bit. He is opening up the gap gradually to Neil. As they come down towards turn 15. Into the chicane once again, which is yep. So through the chicane. Like any mistakes from any of these guys, and there'll be lots of positions lost. Oz there is 6th. Smith is trying to chase Oz down. And then there's a little bit of a gap to Victor there in 8th. And there's an even bigger gap to Paul in 9th. With Dyson there in 10th. Rossi there in 11th. P. White there in 12th. And Unforgiven there in 13th. I think he must have had an off somewhere. Because he was behind Dyson, so he's had a little off if I think about it. Oh, Rossi's gone off through the S turns. Coming through the S curve. Rossi's coming through the S curves. Ooh, gets it a little bit wrong and pushes him onto the grass and down to the end. So now he's got to get away from the curb and get going again. But now he's got work to do to catch Unforgiven back up, who is now in 12th position. And there is gaps opening up everywhere, but there's still first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh. They're all sort of really still close together, so anyone can gain the positions, but they've benched Paul now. Paul's there in ninth, so there's a big gap from 7th to 8th. Let's go board with Fitzy. As Fitzy chases Neil down, he's got Toby right behind him there in full. Coming down to this corner, which is 15, and then 16, 17 and 18. Let's just turn 17. Oh! Fitzy got that a little bit wrong coming out of turn 17, and that's punished him severely. He's now dropped down to 7th. He was currently in 3rd, but now he's down in 7th because of that mistake. And he's got a pull right on his rear bumper. He's not quite there, but he is nearly there. Toby has a half-second penalty at the moment. So when he serves that penalty, I fully expect Motorstorm Hero to get past. At the moment, Motorstorm Hero is all purple, so he could be taking the next fastest lap. Current fastest lap is by Brisbane, which is a 2:01.6. I'm interested to see what tyres is everyone on. So Briz is on mediums, Neil's on mediums, Toby's on mediums, Motorstorm is on mediums, Osborne is mediums, Smith's mediums. So Fitzy is the first person on softs in 7th. Paul is the first one on hards in 8th. Dyson's on hards in 9th. Unforgiven in 10th is on hards. PY in 11th is on hards. And Victor in 12th, he is on softs. He's had an accident somewhere because he was further up. But he's in 12th and he's on softs. And Rossi's on softs. And he's down at the back. He is actually unfortunately really dropped off now. I think he may have had another issue, because he's had that damage to get rid of. But PY and Victor are going at it for that 11th place. Is Victor going to be able to get past PY before this next turn? Yes, he does. Victor's up to 11th. PY is down to 12th. So PY is the first person to come into the pits to get rid of those hard tyres. Personally, I would have done more laps on the hards. But anyway, right back to the top, lap 6. So with 20 laps to go, Briz is really opening up a gap to Neil now in 2nd. Motorstorm Hero is now in 3rd, with Toby down to 4th. Toby's down 4th, but Motorstorm Hero is making his way up the field gradually. Motorstorm Hero is trying to get past his teammate. Is there going to be team orders here? Is there going to be team orders between Neil and Motorstorm? Probably not. Obviously Toby's there in 4th, he's chasing down Motorstorm Hero, and Smith's there in 5th. Oz there in 5th, Smith there in 6th, Fitzy there in 7th. He's opening up the gap to Paul in 8th, who's got Dyson chasing him down in 9th. Well, Unforgiven there in 10th. He's now got Victor closing down on him quite quickly. But obviously Unforgiven is on the hard tyres. Victor is on soft tyres, so Victor's going to catch him and probably pass him quite quickly and easily as they come through the chicane once again. But Victor probably will be in the pits before Unforgiven, because looking at the, Unforgiven hasn't even taken a quarter of his tyres yet, whereas Victor's tyres are... Oh, there's a yellow flag! Where is it? Why is there a yellow flag? Oh, it's Osman! What's happened to the Oz? Oz coming down towards first corner. Oh, we just got that completely wrong going through turn 1. And then there's a bit of a bumpy from Smith, but there's nothing, unfortunately, nothing that Smith could do there with that one. Now Oz is trying to get the car going again, but unfortunately he's dropped down to 9th now, so he's going to have work to do to catch back up. So that's very unfortunate for him. Oh. Where is... I don't want my TV to turn off. Currently lap 7, Briz is still leading. And he's still got a gap to Motorstorm, so Motorstorm has got past Neil, so maybe there was team orders there, so Motorstorm's up to 2nd. He's now going to start to chase down Briz. He has got the fastest lap of a 2:01.3. And Neil there is in 3rd. And he's got Toby right on his rear bumper looking to try and get past. Is Toby going to be able to make a move here on this corner on turn 15? No, he's staying behind Neil. Oh! Let's look at that one again. This can be a tricky turn if you don't get it right. Oh, he's just taken too much of... He went too far to line and he's had a bit of a spinsy-winsy, but he's got going again. But he's got front and rear damage now. But he's still got the full, he's dropped back a bit, but he hasn't lost any positions, thankfully. Now everyone who was at the front is having issues and spinsy-winsy, so it's actually starting to open up and less are at the front. Briz leads, then there's a bit of a gap to Motorstorm in 2nd, with a bit of a gap to Neil in 3rd, and then a bit of a gap to Toby there in 4th, then a bit of a gap to Smith in 5th, with Fitzy there in 6th, then there's a bit of a gap there to Paul in 7th, with Dyson there in 8th, Oz there in 9th, and there's a big gap to Victor in 10th, with Unforgiven there in 11th, and then there's a big gap to PY in 12th, who's obviously taken his first pit stop already, so he's come from hards onto softs, and Rossi there, he hasn't taken a pit stop yet, and he's down in 13th, so he's already well back. And I think once he actually takes his first pit stop, that'll put him even further back. So Rossi is not having the best race. And meanwhile, at the front, Brizza has got a resurgent Motorstorm Hero. He is reeling him in gradually. So Motorstorm is starting to put pressure on Brisbane. They are on the same tyre, so there is no advantage to either of them. This Motorstorm has gaps nil. Thankfully he hasn't got anyone right behind him. So sort of Toby's sort of on his own at the moment. So is Smith. But there's probably about a 5-second gap between Toby and Smith. And about a 6-7 second gap between Smith and Fitzy. And so on. It does look like Brisbane has pulled away a little bit from Motorstorm Hero, so maybe he's realised that Motorstorm Hero is starting to catch him, so Brisbane's probably put his foot down to try and get away now. So I think Brisbane's last 3 laps was a 2-2-2, and Motorstorm's was a 2-2-0-0. So he has been last few laps have been quicker than Brisbane. Let's just have a look to see if Brisbane can get a faster lap here, or still being a 2-2-2s. As they come through the chicane once again. So what time is Briz going to get? A 2:01.9 and a 2. Yep. So Briz has definitely put his pedal down. And look at that, a new fastest lap by P. White of a 2:01.1. And Rossi's been lapped now, unfortunately, so he's just moved out of the way so the guys could go past. Neil there in 3rd. Toby there in 4th. Smith there in 5th. Smith is chasing down Toby at the moment to try and take that 4th position from him. They're both on the medium tyre, so there's no advantage for either of them. And Rossi's just there, moving out of the way so they can get past without an issue. So Smith there, Paul there in 6th, so Smith has got a big gap to Paul in 6th. He's got Rosanna Oz trying to make up for lost time. Oz is running quicker than Paul at the moment. Paul's fastest lap is a 2:03.4. Ozzy's is a 2:01.9, but Ozzy's on the fast tyre, so of course Oz is going to catch close down on Paul quite quickly. So Ozzy's right there. As they come through turn 18. Down towards turn 1 once again. And Oz is putting Paul under a hell of a lot of pressure. They're side by side. Oh, no, not side by side yet as they're going through the yes curves. I'm sure they're going to go through the Dunlop curve and the Dagner curve as well. So this is the Dunlop curve. And this is the Dagner curve. Oh! Ah, Paul got that all wrong. Paul comes through the Dunlop curve without an issue. And goes through the Dagner curve. Oh, goes across grass. Oh, he gets a turn completely all wrong. That allows Oz to get past quite easily, so maybe the pressure of Oz put him off a little bit. But he has still got quite a good gap to Unforgiven, who's just coming under the bridge now. With Dyson, who's there in 9th. Fitzy there, who's in the 10th. He has done his pit stop now. P. White there, who is in 11th. And Dyson has got the new fastest lap with a 2:06. Victor there in 12th as he just come out of the pits. And Rossi there. He has pitted now, but he is well behind Victor. Victor has pitted, so is Rossi, but there is Rossi just coming through the chicane. And Victor, who's in 12th, is just coming through Spoon Curve. So there is quite a big gap here to Rossi. The question is going to be, is Rossi going to need to close that gap and catch Victor up? It is only lap 11, so there is time. Sorry, we are lap 12. With Brisbane still leading, he's still got Motorstorm Hero trying to catch him, but Motorstorm Hero can't seem to just... Now they are setting... Oh! Motorstorm Hero is trying to catch him up. Oh! So it comes through the hairpin. Oh, gets that all wrong. He's going to have damage on the rear. That's going to allow Neil to take advantage of that. And Neil, he's going to be right behind Motorstorm Hero now. So now, Motorstorm Hero was chasing down Brisbane, but now after that mistake, he's now got Neil chasing him down. And is Neil going to crush Motorstorm Hero? They go side by side around this corner. Thankfully, Neil does not spin there. Coming around these few corners. Great racing by these two. But Motorstorm Hero does keep his second position at the moment. But these two are going hammer and tongs. question is going to be who is going to pit first. They are both on medium tyres. So is Briz, but obviously now he's got a bit of a lead now over Motorstorm in second, with Neil right behind him in third. Toby there in fourth. He's got Smith not too far behind him in fifth. And then there's a big gap to Dyson in sixth. And Fitzy in seventh. Oz is just coming out of the pits now. He's come out just behind Paul in ninth. Unforgiven is now in the pits now. He is changing. He started on hard tyres, so now he is going to change to... He's just waiting to fill his car up. Yep, so he's been released. He has now gone on to the medium tyres. And he's got a 3-second penalty as well, unfortunately. So Pete White is there in 12th. So Unforgiven obviously has dropped down to 11th, with P. White there right behind him in 12th. Now P. White's going to have the advantage here because he's on the soft tyres. I think this might be P. White's second. I think he has done two. He's done 2 stops, whereas everyone else has done 1 stop. Rossi obviously is there in 13th. So Motorstorm and Neil have both pitted at the same time. So that's allowed Smith to take the second position for the time being. Motorstorm's fuel is being filled up. So Motorstorm will definitely get out before Neil, unless Neil short fills his tyres. But Motorstorm's on his way back out. So Motorstorm here comes back out in third. Dyson's now up to fourth, with Neil is there in fifth. He's got a 3-second penalty to serve. Fitz is there in sixth. Oz there in seventh. Paul there in 8th, Toby's dropped down to 9th. Victor there in 10th, P. White there in 11th, Unforgiven there in 12th, and Rossi there in 13th, and he is going to be lapped by Dyson, who is currently in 4th position. So Breeze has got a good lead. But the question's going to be now, when is he going to pit? What tyres is he going to put on? So Motorstorm and... Oh, Neil's gone for the hard tyres. Motorstorm's gone for the soft tyres. Will Breeze pit this lap? Yeah, he does. So what's he going to do? Is he going to go on to the soft tyres, or is he going to go on to the hard tyres? What's Smith going to do? Is he going to do another lap? Yep, Smith is doing another lap, so he will take the lead for the time being. Most of them here are going to be able to take that position off Brisbane. That is the question. They're filling up Brisbane's car now. Most of them here is just coming through the chicane. And Brisbane has come out on the hard tyres, but he hasn't completely fueled up. So that's allowed him to come back out. So he does have a decent lead over Motorstorm Hero there in third, with Dyson there in fourth. Fitzy there in fifth. Oz there in sixth. With Neil there in seventh. Toby there in eighth. Paul there in ninth. And a gap to Victor there in 10th. P. White there in 11th. With Unforgiven there in 12th. And Rossi in the pits now. Waiting to fuel his tyres. And just to add salt to the wounds for Rossi, he's not having a great race and he's been lapped by everybody, so he's not having a great race at all. Smith obviously is currently leading, but he is taken to the pits now. Question's going to be, is Smith going to come out on hard tyres or is he going to come out on soft tyres? See, that's going to be the good question, because Brisbane is retaking the lead now. Dyson's up to 3rd, but he will be pitting soon. I think, so looking at it, Briss has still got to run the soft tyres. Motorstorm is going to have to run the hard tyres still, because he's run the mediums, he's now on the softs. So he's in for a fight here. He's literally, because he's going to be on a slower tyre on his next stint after this one, he's literally got to do all the work to catch Brisbane up. He's literally got to catch Brisbane up now and get ahead. He doesn't have a choice if Motorstorm Hero wants to have any chance of winning this race, because once Briss comes off the hard tyres, he will be on the softs, whereas Motorstorm Hero will come off the softs onto the hard tyres. So Brisbane's going to have the advantage in the final few laps. Dyson now in 3rd, but he will be pitting soon. Fitzy there in 4th. He's got Oz right behind him. Oh, Oz has got past Fitzy just quite easy there. I don't know whether Fitzy made a mistake or he's just thought, I'm going to let you go, Ozzy. Obviously, Fitzy's there in 5th. Nils there is catching Fitzy up gradually in 6th. And Toby there is in 7th. On the soft tyres. With Smith there in 8th. He's on the hard tyres now as well. Paul's on the medium tyres now in 9th. P. White's in 10th. He's on the softs, and Unforgiven is on the mediums. And Victor there is in 12th. He's on the mediums also. So anyway, we are on lap 17, so we are over halfway of this race. With, by my calculations, I think we have 9th. Yeah, by my calculations, we have 9 laps remaining. I might be wrong in my maths. But Motorstorm Hero is closing that gap to Brisbane quite quickly. It's like Brisbane just set a 2:03.1. Motorstorm Hero just set a 2:04. So he is catching Briz up. But like I said, it's going to all change once they both make their final stops. Well, looks like Dyson struggled around the spoon coming out of the spoon curve a little bit. That's allowed Oz to close the gap a little bit. They are both with soft tyres, but oh, there you go. Oz gets past quite easy there through them few turns. Although Dyson is now he's going to be coming into the pits now for his next spot. I think he's already done his first stop, so this could be his final stop now. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, with Briz leading most on there in second, chasing down Briz, basically pushing as hard as he can to try and catch Brisbane up. And Fitzy there in fourth, Toby there in fifth, Neil there in sixth, Paul there in seventh, Smith there in eighth, P. White there in ninth. P. White will have to pit this lap. Dyson has come out of the pits, he's in 10th. He's on the medium tyres now as well. I believe he started on the hard tyres when I think about it. So yeah, so he's done his final stop, so he will not have to stop again. Unforgiven there is in 11th. He will definitely have to pit again. Victor there in 12th, and Rossi there. He's still lapped down on everyone. But I've got to say well done to Rossi for he's had a terrible race, being lapped by everyone, but he is still going. He hasn't left the race yet, so well done. So I've got to give it to Rossi for carrying on, not giving up. Because anything can happen in a race. Oh, let's go up to the top. Briz and Motorstorm are battling it out for that lead now. Motorstorm here has really caught Brisbane up as they come through the S curves into the Dunlop curve. Motorstorm Hero really wants to take that lead from Brisbane as they come through the curve. Through turn 9. And then through 10 and 11. Motorstorm Hero's gone up the inside of Brisbane and he has taken a lead from Brisbane now. So Motorstorm Hero is leading for the first time in this race. So now Brisbane's going to have to try and stay on Motorstorm Hero's coattail for as long as possible, even though Briz is on the hard tyres and Motorstorm Hero is on the softs, but it will be role reversal once they do their final pit stops. As Briz has got to use the soft tyres next and Motorstorm is going to be using the hard tyres next. So really Motorstorm needs to get as far ahead as possible. Oh, Briz is now going into the pits now. He's decided to get rid of the hards, change to the soft tyres. And we're now coming on to the 20th laps. That's 6. That is 6 laps remaining of this Suzuka track. So Oz is up to second, doing a bit of drifting going around turn 1 into the S curves, with Fitzy chasing him down in third. Toby chasing him down in 4th. So Briz has come out of the pits on soft tyres. He's got Paul right behind him in 6th. But Paul will be pitting this lap. Then Neil's there in 7th. He is now on the soft tyres. Smith there in 8th. Dyson there in 9th. Unforgiven there in 10th. Victor there in 11th. And P. White there in 12th. And Rossi there in 13th. Question's going to be, when is Motorstorm Hero going to pit? Well, he's not pitting. Oh, he is. He's pitting now. I probably would have waited a couple more laps and then gone on to the slower tyre. So Oz is now in the pits. Fitzy is able to carry on, so Fitzy's going to take the lead for the time being. Toby's up to 3rd. Is Briz going to come back out? Motorstorm Hero has come out of the pits. Ooh, Fitzy just gets past. Motorstorm Hero has done a better pit stop than Brisbane, because Fitzy has taken the lead for the time being, with Motorstorm Hero comes out in 2nd, with Toby there in 3rd, and Brisbane in 4th. Toby probably will be having to Toby and Fitzy will probably, I think Fitzy has to pit once more. Toby definitely is going to have to pit again. I don't think those tyres are going to last another 5 laps. Because I don't think I'm not sure whether he has used all the other compounds as well. But while Brisbane is behind Toby, Motorstorm's going to have to use that to his advantage. While he's on the hard tyres, he's got hope Toby can somehow hold Brisbane up. Because with Brisbane being on the soft tyres, Motorstorm Hero ain't going to be able to do naught to stop Briz from catching him. So there isn't much of a gap between Motorstorm and Briz. As they come down this straight through turn 15. So Briz is purple, all purple at the moment. He looks like he could be posting any fast lap. He's got past Toby now, so he's up to 3rd. So he now could start chasing down Motorstorm Hero. Brisbane has posted a new fastest lap with a 2:01. And Briz is pushing like mad to catch Motorstorm up. We have 4 laps left to go. Is Motorstorm Hero going to be able to keep that position, or is Brisbane going to get it back? At the moment, it's very unlikely that Motorstorm Hero is going to be able to keep Brisbane behind him, but time will tell. Neil's there in 4th on the soft tyres. Toby's there in 5th. Oz there 6th. Smith there 7th. Dyson there 8th. Paul there 9th. Unforgiven there 10th. P. White there 11th. And Victor there in 12th. Rossi there. So Rossi is now under lapping himself from Victor. Oh, actually, no, he is. Oh, it's okay, he's just started lap 20. Okay, so Rossi is 2 laps down on everyone by the looks of it. So he's not having a great race at all, but well done for him for carrying on and not giving up. So Fitz right at the top. Fitzy's got the lead for the time being. But he's got Motorstorm Hero chasing him down. I'm sure Fitzy is going to have to pit yet because his fuel lights just come on. Oh, Fitzy got that completely wrong. That's allowed Motorstorm to take the lead. And Fitzy is now going into the pits. Oh, Brisbane picked up a half-second penalty. That's not going to help him at all. It definitely looks like Motorstorm Hero has opened up the gap a little bit to Brisbane. Well, yeah, because Motorstorm just set at 202, Briss set at 206. So he must have had a little mistake somewhere. Three laps remaining for Motorstorm Hero to take the win. Briz is all purple again. He's going for another fastest lap, but he's got that half-second penalty to serve as well. So, which he will have to serve shortly. And nil there, so Briz and Motorstorm Hero well ahead. Neil is there in third. I think that's going to be his final finishing spot unless he makes a mistake. Toby there in fourth. He's sort of all on his own at the moment. And Oz there is in fifth. Trying to chase down Toby, but he's got Smith and Fitzy behind him. As Fitzy has just pitted. Oz is on the hard tyres. Smith is on the soft, so I fully expect Smith to be able to get past Oz here up to 5th place. And yep, Smith is right behind Oz here. Side by side, going down towards turn 15. And he is passed quite easily. Coming through the chicane once again. So Oz has dropped down to 6th now. Fitzy there on the hard tyres as well, so thinks Oz will be okay because Fitzy's on the same tyre as he is. Paul there in 8th. How far behind? He could close the gap of Fitzy because Paul is on the faster tyre, but there is only 2 laps to go. Dyson there on the medium tyres in 9th. Unforgiven there on 10th. P. White there in 11th. Victor there in 12th. And Rossi there in 13th. So lap 24, 2 laps remaining. Actually 2 laps remaining plus the end of this lap as well. Where is Brisbane? He's just coming out of the spoon curb. And Briz is getting closer to Motorstorm Hero. Brisbane's just set a lap of 2 minutes. Motorstorm Hero set a lap of 2 minutes. So he's setting 202s at the moment. Let's see what Brisbane sets now. Motorstorm Hero sets now. He sets a 202.6. Brisbane sets a 201. 3, and he's got a half-second penalty as well, so that's not going to help. The Breeze is catching Motorstorm Hero, but it's not doing enough to, because getting that half-second penalty is not going to help him. Neil there in third, all on his lonesome in third place. And Toby there in fourth. He's being chased down by Smith. Smith is on softs. Toby's on the medium, so Smith could make a charge for that fourth position. But there's only this plus 1 lap more to go. So will Smith be able to take fourth place from Toby? We will see. Oz there in 6th. He's got Fitzy there in 7th. Paul is now right behind Fitzy in 8th. But Paul is on the soft tyres. Fitzy's on the hard tyres. So Paul's going for a move. Trying, and he has. So Paul's got past Fitzy. So Fitzy's down to 7th. Pulls up to 7th. Fitzy's down to 8th. Dyson there in 9th. With Unforgiven there in 10th. P. White there in 11th. Victor there in 12th. And Rossi there in 13th. It's coming through the chicane again. And here they go, starting their final lap with Motorstorm Hero leading. Brisbane doing whatever he can to close that gap down on Motorstorm Hero. Now Motorstorm, all he has to do is keep it on. I think the only advantage Motorstorm Hero is here now is he's got his grip for his tyres are going to be 10 times better than Brisbane's at the moment. And it looks like Brisbane has decided to drop off a little bit now from Motorstorm Hero, because Motorstorm Hero seems to have just got into another gear. I think Brisbane may be low on fuel. But Motorstorm and Briz are both just the same amount of fuel, so I think Briz is unable to push. Plus, the grip on those soft tyres is not going to be very good at the moment. So Neil there in 3rd, Smith there in 4th, so he's got past. So he's up to 4th now. Oz is there in 5th, Paul's there in 6th. Toby's there in 7th, he was up in 4th, so he's had a little off somewhere, so he's down to 7th. Fitzy there in 8th, Dyson there in 9th, Unforgiven there in 10th, P. White there in 11th, Victor there in 12th, Rossi there in 13th. So let's go back up to the leader as he's coming through he's coming to the final section now. Through the last chicane for Motorstorm Hero. And Motorstorm Hero takes victory at Suzuka. So well done to him. Brisbane will take 2nd spot. So well done to him. Neil will take the 3rd podium spot. So congratulations to him. All these guys are still racing. Oz is there. Oh, Smith is there. He takes 4th. Oz will take 5th. Paul will take 6th. Toby will take 7th, Fitzy will take 8th, Dyson will take 9th. Unforgiven will take 10th. P. People will take 11. Victor will take 12. Victor finally finishes in 12th place, and Rossi finishes, or has already finished in 13th. That was a race. It was a great race and great to watch. Well done to the top 3. Thank you for Paul for saving the replays and sharing them for me. So on to, I'm going to be doing something a little new, a driver of the day, and like there was lots of good races throughout the whole race, but I'm going to give it purely because many other people would have quit. But I've got to give it to Rossi because he was 2 laps down. He carried on going. He did not race quit. Many other people, like I said, would have quit, but he did keep going. So I'm going to have to give it to Rossi because the fact of he was 2 laps down, but he still stayed in the race. So I've got to give it to him. I hope you guys agree, but I've got to give it to him because of the fact that he had such a bad race, and he still stayed in it. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. So bye-bye for now.